Hey everyone, Rushlock here. A bit sick from the weekend, but despite the wizened froggy voice, we'll get into it. More news for the EVE Online board game. If you're enjoying the series of news and tips and tricks for EVE Online, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below and leave a ridiculous comment so we know to make more videos. EVE board game, what I know. The sign-up page over on Kickstarter is live. Be sure to sign up for more information, details, and dates, and whatnot as they become available. The image above was a very early design I created for the ship cards back in early March, so that is a bit of a sneak peek into the early days of the game development for you. Back then we had no idea what the final information needed on each card would be yet. The design of the cards was the driver for both the look and the feel of the game, as well as the development of the evolving game mechanics. In many ways, those early days worked hand in hand together to set the tone for both sides of the development, which, in my opinion, is how it should work. My role from the beginning is to help design and create the visual aspects of the game, while also lending my expertise to the uniquely EVE perspective. I can tell you that I am not the only EVE player, current or former, who is working on this game. Several members of the Titan Forge team have EVE experience as well. So rest assured, this relationship is a two-way street, and I have tremendous amount of respect and admiration for the team at Titan Forge. To start with, they managed to convince CCP to do this, something I certainly failed to at numerous times in the past, as my collection of C and D letters can attest. So that's really interesting to me, is that this points out Titan Forge approached CCP, not the other way around. So what can I tell you? I can tell you that you shouldn't base your feelings about the game based solely on the preview image shown in the recent press release from Polygon. As I explained in yesterday's post, that image was produced for the announcement and represents only a time delay of about 2 weeks, but also only a small portion of the final game itself. There are 32 spaceship cards in the game. The final number of spaceship miniatures that will be in the final game is undetermined, to my knowledge. This is because there may be multiple versions of some ship classes. In other words, there may be, say, 10 of each frigate in the final game. This is largely a question that can only be answered once the final mechanics have been decided. Does that make sense? A lot of thought went into deciding which ships to include. The final list came down to 2 ships for each empire and each ship class. Ultimately, the final ships were picked based on a variety of reasons, but I can tell you that one of the major considerations was, would it work as a miniature? Because as we all know, some of these ships are weirdly shaped. I know we tried to create a list that would be visually interesting as well as work in the context of the game itself. Those were some interesting conversations. As far as game mechanics go, that task is primarily on Titan Forge's side. They have the experience of successfully building board games, and they are also on site together to play and test and work on those details. And while I've created card-based games in the past, this is technically my first board game experience. And I'm smart enough to know that my own limitations. I'm here primarily to help guide and make suggestions as much as I can, but my expertise is on the visual side of things. And there's a ton on that on that side, from packaging, cards, fronts and backs, icons, grids, and everything else that goes into the game, and probably even more that I don't even know about yet. The plan right now is to have the game ready for demonstration at FanFest in September. This will be the official launch of the project. The details regarding what will be happening at FanFest are still being worked out to my knowledge. But rest assured, I'll be sharing those as soon as I have them. I have lots of concept art, designs, and other stuff I want to share with you all, and I'm sure I'll be sharing as time goes on. But this remains very early days yet. More will be revealed in the coming months, and we have plenty of time to get to know the details together. I'm glad that I can now share this journey with you. Be sure to go sign up at the link above. More later. So as always, we'll follow up with more information as it becomes available with the board game for EVE. I hope you guys are excited for it. Again, the part that really stood out to me was this is a Titan Forge project that approached CCP, not CCP actively looking to branch out with their IP again. So that was my takeaway from this. See what you guys noticed. Leave it in the comments down below, and we'll see you all in the next video.